Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And good morning, Lakeshore, and welcome to Fine Living right here at 1240 Radio WOMT. We are speaking with Jim Reif from Jim Reif Builders, and we have a guest in the studio this morning. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Terry.
How are you, sir?
I'm real good. Yourself?
Excellent. Jim, I'll let you introduce our guest this morning.
Terry, I brought along Tom Arndt from our staff. Tom is our master designer at our company, so a lot of the creations that we do, Tom is responsible for drawing those designs and working with the customers to get their ideas all incorporated.
Well, Tom, good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Terry. Thanks for letting me be here.
So today we're talking about the design and the building process and things like that. And as Jim mentioned, Tom, you're the go-to guy. You're the one that makes all the magic happen, correct?
That's what Jim likes to say. Yeah, it's a team effort, but ultimately, I put it on paper and get the concepts that the client are looking for and make it a visual.
Sure. So now, will you meet with the individuals yourself to kind of get first off their ideas and what they're looking for? Or how does this whole process, how does this work with Jim Reif Builders?
In some occasions, yes, I initially meet with the client, and then we tag team from there. In some instances, Jim and I meet together, just depending upon how our schedules are, the type of projects that we're dealing with.
So, Terry, what we do is we try to meet with the clients and get their ideas and collect those ideas, and then we explain to them the design build process. And then in a lot of cases, people say, yes, let's go ahead and do this. And then Tom works with them to get the designs put together. Before they see it, him and I meet and review things, and we get a little bit of red ink on there and on that first design, and then tweak it a little bit.
Sure, because I would imagine sometimes, when you're looking to build a new home or whatnot, you may want a lot of the bells and whistles, but the budget may not allow it, and so that's where I would imagine the design process really comes down to figuring out exactly what may work and or fit the needs and the budget of an individual, correct?
That is correct, Terry.
How long does a process like this normally take from start to completion when we're talking about just the designing the project itself?
Well, that varies with the type of project it is, Terry. If it's a kitchen or bathroom remodel or just some type of remodeling in general, that can take anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks. Just, again, how many revisions, how many tries it takes to get that tweaking to what the client is looking for. In regards to a new home, that can be anywhere, a month to a month and a half. Again, doing that same process, but obviously we've got a lot more ground to cover than the typical bathroom remodel or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking here, there's a lot of advantages for what you guys have to offer for clients.
That is correct. The traditional way of designing before was the client would meet with a designer, they would get their information, put it on paper, and then that moved on to the contractor. And the design build process, it's one company doing the same thing. So we're not having an extra step in between there, and there's a chance that someone could misinterpret that information or just not convey it properly to what the client is looking for. So it gets fragmented, and that's the biggest advantage, is that we keep the process moving along because we're not getting extra steps in there.
Mm-hmm. And I would imagine, it's so much more of a convenience factor for the clients themselves in case there are changes or they want to connect directly to the individual design of the project. We're not that. It's a one-stop company pretty much.
That is correct. We refer to it, the designer and the contractor are both one and the same. We have different people doing those tasks, but as Jim mentioned before, we work together. So, we're looking at it, and Jim will say, this will work together better for building it. So that's how this advantage works the best for the client, because we can say, this is how we can make the project go as efficiently and most economically as possible, versus having an outside entity trying to do that interpretation for us.
Sure. A lot of great information. Gentlemen, time flies by here, but if individuals want to connect with Jim Reif Builders, how can they get a hold of you, Jim?
Terry, you can reach us at 684-6899. We're also on Facebook and the web at jimreifbuilders.com. Check out that new website.
Jim, thanks for your time, and Tom, thanks for joining us this morning. A lot of great information.
Thanks, Terry. It was a pleasure being here.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreifbuilders.com.